Just the greatest anime OP of all time. Don't mind us. Is it fun to make noises with your mouth? Oh my god, let's just listen to the beginning part again. Now, you might have seen a frame of her naked breasts, chat, but no, you didn't. More, so we're going to avoid that. And also, no spoilers for all the Diebuster wannabes in the chat, of which there might be a few. Any tweets? Oh yeah, finishing Diebuster, bro. I'm pretty cool, nearly at 25 over here. Oh my god, the great Helena did a thingy. I got 3 likes on this. It was epic. We've got, wait, how many likes is the original? 15k. We all love Helena here. She's so pretty and stuff, and she's also cool, chat. That matters too. She's cool. I'm cool. Now, we don't really have much to go over. I might end stream when we get the first battery warning, so I can record the intro to my Berserk video. Just because, you know, I haven't done shit on this Berserk video in like 5 days, I reckon. And I want this video to be out by the end of the month. It shouldn't be too long. And I've just re-listened, and by re-listened I meant re-edited this opening bit, and I'm like, well, let me just record this. I'll edit this little bit together. It'll be like a minute and a half, and I can say I've done something, and maybe that'll motivate me to do more, etc., etc. So that's good. But chat, we've got to go through each character's battle with repression. So we've got the Great Griffith here. He's going on for a little while. But not too long. Look, it's only like not even a page. That's pretty good. They got Guts and repression. You know, that fucking pussy Guts be repressing. You know, that's not really finished yet, but it's already just as long. Oh, and there's more down here from an older draft. Oh, and it just keeps going. Wait, no, these are different characters. I just don't have subheadings, I promise. Similar to what happens Teresa and the Count. We love that. The Lost Children stuff. We love that. Farnese has got to be here somewhere. Come on now. Where is she? We love her. Farnese is quite the repressed young lady. That couldn't be me. We love Farnese here. Greatest character in Berserk, obviously. We've got Casca a little bit at the end, too. But then there's more like this. So maybe the video will end up being pretty long. It's 6 pages here, and it's not even written out a little bit. But nonetheless, the introduction / recap we'll record today. Maybe. It depends. Maybe if I'm engrossed in a great video, I'll say, I'll do that another day. What a great title and thumbnail from Professor Viral here. We've seen some Professor Viral videos before. This is the channel with the other big Black Lagoon videos, I believe. Let me just check. I recognize the title and thumbnail structure. Oh, rock. 500k. That's more than my video. It's only got 400k, I think. Let's check. Existing to exist. Oh no, and then it's got just Evangelion there. Now that's crazy. Now, we don't need this anymore, do we, Trat? Get rid of this. We haven't gone through all the tweets yet. Just about to check, you know, how famous I am. Nearly 400 views. Oh no, at least shitty reaction video has more than my Great Last of Us Part 2 video. True, it was 400k. The Griffith video has been slowing down, chat. I'll tell you that much. We can check that again, because I haven't done that today yet, so I want to. Where's Elite RE? I'm pretty sure his silly nonsense nobody cares react video has more views than that. What is this? Oh, that's the digest. Oh, it does. But it's been out for a month, chat. We'll catch him easy. Though his definitely has a larger potential, I think. So he's more disappointed. We're 8th out of 10, chat. That's not always the best. You don't always love to be the 8th out of 10th. You don't love to be behind descriptive versus prescriptive. Does that have 1,000 views yet? No. It's nearly catching this one, though. What are all these copyright claims? The things I do for quality here, chat. You know, just steal my great revenue. Wait, no, we want to go to analytics. Then we want to look at this line. Now, you're like, that's not too bad of a line. But then if we go 90 days. We're in a career rot over here, chat. This ain't good. Hey, the Berserk, the Black Lagoon video is on top of the Berserk video. This is crazy. Well, I'm just curious about this. Oh, we were in a bit of a over here, huh, chat? Not doing too good when we're not uploading anything, but look at these great 4 uploads. This is great. Now, oh my god, we can do lifetime. This is... what happened here, chat? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, what happened here? We like this. We like this a lot. These are what we call I want wings spikes. You know, everybody needs some chicken wings every once in a while. The world. And they just go through it. 9+. This is the great... Oh my god, it's like it's the end of 2020. What the hell? Look at all this. Oh, that's when I uploaded all the Patreon videos. 9+, 9+. Crazy, crazy. Look, 2 here. 2, chat. That's epic. Look, these ones are pretty close together, you know? We'll have another one. We'll have a little 2 down here. Look at these great 2s we've got going on. Oh my god. That's like 30 days apart. I would have been so happy. Oh, that's less than a month apart. What were we doing there? Anyway. Oh, we love making videos and stuff. So, anyway, that was a great title and thumbnail. That's not really a video for stream. There's so many ways you could go. You could defend goofiness, chat. We love defending Puck and the great Ed here. So that could be epic. Now, the other video I kind of want to watch on stream is like this PlayStation one where it's like the trash of modern PlayStation or something. There's like Ellie and stuff in the thumbnail. And I have a feeling it's going to be a funny bad video, so I want to watch it. Now, can we get rid of these? Yes, I did add these on this account, so I can get rid of it. The oldest unsolved mystery in Zelda? Ooh, that's exciting. Some of these have the dotted lines, the Reddit outlines, but I can't remember if I watched them a lot. Like that video, I certainly haven't watched. Oh my god, Heath has shown up. This is crazy. Heath, how come you haven't watched Gunbuster and Diebuster yet in all your anime watching? This is embarrassing. Get caught up. I didn't see Heath fighting with anybody on Twitter today, so it must have been a peaceful day in the world. They try to kill Donald Trump again, chat. Can you believe it? Now, let's see if we can look. PlayStation 4 launch behind PlayStation's most under. That's the one. Oh my god, we can get rid of this. We'll be beneath 2,000 videos any second, chat. Don't worry. So we got this video. We might just let's just mute it in the background and let its fucking ads play out. No, we'll just let the whole thing play because it just lags when it's trying to fucking mute things, and now it's pausing things and unmuting things, and you know, we're just mad. Chat, we're mad. Look, it's that guy that did the PlayStation thing sometimes. Now, anyway, what was I looking up? Nope, you don't want to click on that. Excel spreadsheet. Before this today, chat, I was watching some Stevem videos. We love the great Stevem, perhaps the best anime YouTuber, perhaps the best YouTuber in general. Matthew Matosis never uploaded a video in his life. Who gives a fuck about this loser? ContraPoints, 1 video a year. How about Stevem, a video a month? Now that's crazy. I have noticed in Steven's most recent videos, he's become a bit more of a YouTuber. He has like a Squarespace sponsorship now. It's like 2 minutes into his video, like real YouTubers do. And in the middle, he's doing a Patreon thank you in the middle to remind you to subscribe to his Patreon. I should start doing that. It's not going to take very long, chat. We've only got 3. Unless there's more and I haven't looked, which is possible, chat. Now, I was going to look something up. Oh, I wanted to see, is Shabe's uploading videos? What's going on? Because basically, chat, I've been watching a lot of good videos recently. You know, sometimes I just watch what's funny or interesting or something. So Shabes has this dub one that bombed that I haven't watched yet. And I don't think I've watched any of these either. But we do have a Shabes video to catch up on, so we should keep that in mind. But both of these Stevem videos are very good. The Anime Problem is a defining anime video. Probably the best one we've seen. It was epic and truly great and had a bunch of great information. You know, Alita RE, sometimes he's making fun of these video essays for being learned, for being educational. Alita RE famously uneducated and hates education. That's why he lashes out at the great Nerd Writer, the great Every Frame a Painting. Stevem videos are similar to that, but entirely different to that. You know, they're just... all it is about information. There is like an argument underneath. But it's just, you just feel like such a little educated anime viewer after you've watched these. You're like, ha, I know everything about anime. I know when I know the process in which anime took switching from cell animation to digital animation, which is what this Death of Classic Anime video is about. That I have linked in the Discord, because at the end, Stevem says Illidari's favorite Inakyu, whatever that girl's name is, line at the end, where she's like, pay the animators more, stop bullying them. And he says that at the end, and it's funny and it's cute. And truly based, because now somebody I like is saying it. Screw Elidari. Those are like 3 tangents when I was actually going to say something. We had the educational but good. We had the funny bit at the end. Stevem does a great job of being personality. Well, not being personality based, but having a strong personality where he's sort of goofy. Now, I was thinking about this in relation to other sort of kind of educational anime, like hardcore anime YouTube channels like Cynic Clinic, I'm not going to look them up, or Pause and Select, where they're also very educated. They've read books on anime and stuff, and well, Pause and Select is Japanese, so he comes from that context, which is very valuable, especially in information and stuff. And Cynic Clinic seems like he's the biggest wannabe weeb you've ever seen in your life, even though he was born where I was born, chat. But they kind of come off as pricks in their videos. They kind of have that bread tube sass to them, which is not a bad thing. It's just, but Stevem's, he's just so nice, Chad. He's just like, and he's just got such a little goofy personality sometimes, but it's understated and it's not overwrought and it seems very genuine. And he's like my best friend, Chad. This is a parasocial relationship in real time. We love the great Stevem here. So basically, I've been thinking about the magic source behind his videos. Now, I rediscovered him today because I'd forgotten about him for a little while. And we hadn't watched any of his videos this year yet, but we've watched these 2, given them great. These are all Miyazaki ones for movies I haven't seen that I think I might want to watch first, plus some of them are a little too old. I think I've seen this one before. I don't think I watched either of these ones. We did watch the Mononoke one, and I think I did actually watch the Spirited Away one. But I don't know. I don't want to get these movies entirely spoiled for me, so we'll skip those ones, because, you know, I'm in much more of a skipping mood, chat. I don't have to do everything in order anymore. The great Ciclet is here. Oh my god, did we have big drama with Ciclet? Oh, Ciclet, did you see that you were on the Kinda Funny stream today? And I sent that to the Discord too. I bet he didn't. I bet he didn't even know.
Hey,
now, I have not
Ciclet
seen this
might
yet.
Know that.
Now, Ciclet, if he was an AI. Now, this is obviously Ciclet's ult. He did this himself and is trying to see. Now, we got to like this. I did not fucking say that. Enemy, you better not make any more. Oh, why am I signing in the VODs channel? I was going to leave a funny comment or something, but now I can't. Anyway, this is a Ciclet AI. What? Well, there was somebody with your name that wrote into... Scroll in the Discord, you fucking idiot. And I searched your name, not your @ but just your name. And today I sent a thing, and you can watch the clip. And the Kinda Funny guys, they're like... Ciclet writes in and asks, how come... backwards compatibility is the most important thing to me in games. And I was like, oh my god, it's even something Ciclet would say. This is crazy. For like a minute, I was convinced it was actually you. But it wasn't, I don't think. His name was Dear Ciclet, too. Unless it was a crazy Ciclet fan. They kind of had the sass of a crazy Ciclet fan. I don't like his boyish good looks here. I like Ciclet much more masculine. Not me, exclamation mark. It's about as not you as this is, Ciclet.
Hey.
It is entirely you. Now, hey.
Ciclet and everyone might know that. The Berserk fan is getting better yet. You guy attack...
So, Elitari has told me that you could easily do an AI voice of me because I've spent too much time speaking on the internet. And I believed him. But I didn't believe that Ciclet had enough visual content on the internet to make a face of Ciclet saying things that looks almost indiscernible at a glance. So this is crazy.
Attack me. Ciclet lose. And I'll ring on ukulele to sing an apology to all of you. Yes,
he does sing.
I'm such an loser for bashing opinion. Actually, I like Guts as, well, Vinland Saga Season 2 is not awful.
It is, Ciclet. Why would you betray me like this?
I apology to all of Vinland Saga fandom for calling people age 12. I don't know because I don't respect age system.
True.
Yujutsu
He's a regular Mushoku Tensei fan.
Kaisen is the worst fandom of all.
True. Oh my god, he became a motorcycle.
Hey,
Oh, and it
Sixlet and
ended.
everyone might
Just
know.
one? Just one? Oh my god. Oh, it's an anime fan? Thorfinn roasts his hater AI? This is epic. Is this somebody talking shit about?
Thorfinn is the worst mick of all times, and everyone simp him are just old boomer.
Oh, it's
You
another
can't take
AI.
it seriously like how Yukamara or you.
God, TikTok is terrible. Look at this nonsense. Why is he holding a thing? Why is he on a green screen? Why is he over here? Why is he over a tweet? We don't like it. TikTok is bad. We don't like it. What changed your Vinland Saga season 2? That's what I want to know, Elitari. It's strange. I don't like it. But look, Elitari, our queen's on the screen. No, my queen's million, of course. I can't be betraying things like such. Oh my god, this was the greatest tweet I've ever made. This is a National Rugby League player. He's also 19. And he just won a finals game against Kickow here, who's like this 6'5" monster, chat. He was smashing him all game, but they ended up winning. And the day after, he's just in bed in his like kitty room because he still lives at home probably, watching Demon Slayer or something on the television. He's watching the dub.
With unfortunate looks like yours, what makes you think that you can talk down to me?
This is epic. He just beat that big bloke in front of 50,000 people, and he flexed on them, underdogs, and now he's here in bed watching anime, just like you or I. Except I would never watch anime on a television screen. Don't be fucking ridiculous. But that was I'll free up some storage, Elitari. Somebody had to remind me, and it wasn't you. Wouldn't it be funny if somebody took 1 second of your footage from your last video and made an AI video of you? Now, that would truly be stupendous. Now, that's what Elitari's working at his factory he's gone to. Now, Rayquaza versus Swampert. We love Swampert here. Swampert's so cool. Rayquaza's pretty cool too. You got the great Brendan here with his little basketball shorts. It's crazy. Diebuster's OP is freaking sweet, bro. True, we played it as the intro song. It's the most epic thing of all time. Who's this girl? Elitari doesn't know. He's like, who's this girl? Don't know this girl. Who is this? Who? We don't know. He'll find out eventually. Why she got a mop? Who knows? Elitari. Who's this girl? What's her name? He'll find out soon when he spins it on the wheel. Now, when are we doing a wheel? What a great question. So what video do we want to watch first? The pathetic state of modern PlayStation? 10 ways to fix Pokemon game design? Or we can watch British bands in anime with the Serial Experiment Slain thingy. And it's a Stevem video, so it's obviously the best video on the internet. Or do I just want to watch all these Stevem videos by myself? Let's just watch the first little bit and see if it sucks us in, chat. How about that? Oh, a great advertisement. I pressed M. How about you mute yourself? Let me look at chat. Someone's following me IRL. Is that how they got that video of you just now? I need to edit some gameplay and then the Final Fantasy VIII video is done. 46 minutes. This is truly epic. I'll be reacting to that tomorrow, hopefully. This will be terrific. Now, how are you getting gameplay footage? Now, that's crazy. Does that little weird thing you play the games on have an out? Now, that's crazy if true. I was listening to Colin Moriarty rank all the Final Fantasy games, and he said some negative things about Fantasy VIII and how it's like fundamentally broken or something, and how it incentivizes you to actually avoid battles. So Ciclet, ignore the Reddit, take my advice, avoid the battles. Do you think Ciclet will forever hate Final Fantasy VIII because of this? How many Final Fantasy games has Ciclet played? Why did he start with 8? Has he played 7? Has he played the Great 1 and 2 like moi? He can play the Great 1 and 2 if he had the like $700 game that I have, which has the first 2 on it, on his little PS1 thingy he's got. On my PS1 LCD screen. That's what I said. Oh, about avoiding battles and stuff? Epic, if true. You came to the same conclusion. There was something else about Final Fantasy VIII I had to bring up. Maybe there was something that was brought to my attention through that video too, but I can't remember. All I learned from that video is Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy VI, and Final Fantasy VII ones. But, you know, that's pretty edgy, you know. And Colin doesn't like Final Fantasy X, like those other losers. British bands, chat. Don't we just love the British? There's a British in here right now. Bro, it's a JRPG. You fight monsters in JRPGs. I hate everyone. So who is he mocking there, chat? I don't know.
So I was rewatching Edge Runners the other day, and I was transported into another
Yuck, I would never watch a modern anime. I come to the great Stevem channel for old anime. What is
time
this?
in my life. The sounds of rebellious indie jams from the mid-aughts. Franz Ferdinand. When tracks like Do You Want To were all over the airwaves. Those dancey
Do I know this song, Cyclet? Do you know this song?
jams weren't exactly the first thought I
Franz Ferdinand, I feel like that's a name everybody knows.
had when it comes to future dystopias, but it fits. But that got me thinking, why are there these international bands in anime? This isn't
True.
even the first time Franz Ferdinand has been in an anime. Did they like it or something? Oh, okay, well, probably not.
That's not very nice. Hey, did you watch the side? Probably not. Bye.
But what about all the others? Because they are definitely not the first British band to be anime. There is quite the list of them. And I think
Talk about Boa. Talk about Boa.
today we're going to look about how that all happened. However, this episode will be a nightmare to edit because of all the licensed tracks. I don't know how I'm going to get through that red tape. So thank God we have a sponsor today, and that is Squarespace.
We
A
love
website platform to
Squarespace.
help
I
you
talked about this chat. Remember when I
with
said?
your brand in the digital space and make your website.
Let's
on
read the
top of it.
comments
Still
while we're
around
talking about
us.
Squarespace.
So this new year, I've made a website for my art and animation stuff.
Thumbnail got me. I am ballin'. I am faded energy. That's a classic joke. We like that joke. I started watching this thinking, come on, there can't be many British bands in anime. A frequent reference point. Boy, was I proven wrong. True. Eden to the East has an Oasis song as its fucking OP. That's crazy. A Silent Voice is definitely one of the only that caught me off guard. That was nuts when I first watched it. It's crazy. I didn't know Silent Voice had a British band in it. Oh my god, yes. Finally, somebody covered this topic. So many jams. Ergo Proxy, Lane Mushishi in the German opening for something something. No Eden of the East reference here. This is crazy. But anyway, that's enough comments.
Covered. They have video storage that is native to the website, so you get 30 minutes.
You'll see. I think I've seen this video and it's bad. Sicklet, you don't know shit. And what is a good or bad video? Stevem had many video of the year contenders. Last time I checked, you had buddy. Nice try. Maybe you'd like the Sundays, Kyle. Kinda like a boa. I don't know. It doesn't sound as cool. The Sundays sounds like a bunch of blokes. Boa has a girl lead singer.
Minutes of high definition footage for free on that website, which gives you the options for all kinds of content.
We love the great
Hey, if it's your videos, if it's
Stevem, but we're skipping his ads.
with the link www.squarespace.com/.
What if I get a Squarespace ad someday? It's a woman. Women don't sing, Sicklet. What are you, fucking stupid? Now, let's tab over here. The Japanese... Hold on, what was that thumbnail? The Japanese Holy Trinity Encyclopedia Aesthetica? That sounds great. Why am I getting all these video recommendations now? I don't know who the fuck this is or why I would care about her announcements, but there you go. What your cinematic diet says about you? Oh, fast food, because you like the shitty Marvel movies, true. We'll roast Elitari's taste in music later. A Japanese odd to kill for. Hey, I'm listening here. These Sundays. Do I know any of these? Here's where my story ends. These ain't got no views. Who the fuck is this? Can't be sure. This is a band made up. Oh, we love a sports bet ad. Oh my god, the Penrith guy was running through there. That's crazy. They're not even playing this. What are you that for? She's singing.
It's good to have something to live for. You'll find, live for tomorrow.
She sounds like Lily Allen a little bit. A lot less like the Boa girl. This guy sounds a little like Sicklet. This Stevem, Elitari pretending he doesn't know who.
Squarespace.
You watched a video of his on stream, Elitari? Or at least the Gunbuster part of one? But anyway,
Get back to the video.
I can't listen to songs, Sicklet. I upload these to YouTube now.
Well, you have to go back to the 80s when you can see a couple international bands moving into the medium, notably Gilbert O'Sullivan. So it was actually the Irish that did it first.
Haha, take that, British.
But according to the direct
So it's a song video, so we can't even speed it up.
bands moving into the medium, notably Gilbert O'Sullivan. So it was actually the Irish that did it first.
Oh, he's slow.
But according to the director, it wasn't a popular choice for Kitty Records, who were trying to cross-promote the song, so his tracks were only used in a couple episodes before they were ripped out. But in the 90s, that's where things really
Fry me to the
start to open up when it comes to that trend, and we start to pile in the British artists. So it's been about a year since
It's obviously a Japanese girl. Oh, I guess the bass one? I guess I forgot about the bass one. Like the actual song one, besides the one that's by the voice actresses. Hey, I'm not trying to do settings or something. What are you trying to leak my shit? What just happened?
As the third anime boom started in 1997, which brought a more international audience all over.
Now, I watch Stevem videos, so I know all about the first, second, and third anime booms, Chad. Don't worry.
Into the distribution. And a little band called Boa was approached over into the distribution.
That's
a little
them.
band called Boa.
Hold on, I want to listen to the great introduction here.
All over into the distribution. And a little band called Boa was approached by certain members of a studio called Triangle to see if they could get a single in one of their shows.
To understand.
And it was the perfect match
Okay. Greatest anime OP of all time. Diebuster should die.
And it was the perfect match with the great visuals that set the tone. It found the band a whole entire new audience around the world. Boa were on Japanese label Polystar, who were able to get them in contact with Yoshitoshi Abe, and I guess the rest is history now, as they explain here.
Huh. How much international, like, how many Japanese label companies own, like, English bands? That's interesting.
I wish I had a really interesting story about this, but I was in Japan when the A&R guy said that he knew that somebody who was working on an anime had heard Duvet and really liked it and wanted to include it, and we were like, great. And so it came from there, and it was all kind of fresh and exciting, and bang, there it happened.
Duvet has happened to reintroduce itself to newer generations
This is a mod, right?
again and again and again through the internet. TikTok even bringing the band out to do a remake and a new music video and go on tour and possibly release a whole new album in this decade. And it's not surprising because we're looking at almost 300 million Spotify listens on.
Whoa! I didn't know that much. That's crazy. Too bad the acoustic version down here, the obviously better version, has only got 11 million.
That platform alone.
Elephant? I always forget which one Elephant is. I would know every word if it started playing, Chad. Don't get mad at me. We've got the great Twilight here. We love Twilight. This sped up, and it's probably like an edit. We don't like that at all. But Fool is obviously the best Boa song. It's not even on here.
Not to mention stuff like TikTok, where it's found new fame going beyond the original anime audience entirely into completely different spheres.
We still don't like TikTok.
But even the success of Duvet in the 90s led singer Jasmine to be hired to make 2 songs for another cyberpunk anime.
Huh?
Free Dual Matrix. Make 2
What?
songs
We gotta watch
for
this show, chat.
another cyberpunk anime. Armitage Free Dual Matrix. Okay, we've got a little addendum here, so I've got to pause for a moment. So these tracks are not actually featured on the movie for whatever reason. They ended up only on the CD, although
Like the best song from the Berserk OST movies. The fucking one with the piano, not the piano, the violin that I always play in my old videos. That wasn't even ever in the movie. It's fucking dumb. I knew Boa before TikTok by years. That's pretty cool, Sicklet. We all appreciate you. You knew Boa when you were a little 6-year-old, I'm sure. Nora Fawn. And then a lot of askers. So was that the TikTok girl maybe? What's happening here? What's Heath talking about? Is that this girl? Doll Rust. No, so it can't be this girl. Or is it the MC here? Does Heath know this show?
singer Jasmine to be hired.
Probably like 2017 time. When did I watch Lane? Probably around then. Did I know the song before that because of the great Digibro? Perhaps. So I don't know. I'm sure I knew it before Sicklet. He's lying. He's underestimating by a few years just to seem cool. He actually found it in 2019, so I beat him by far. Sicklet's Normie's ruining everything for me. It's only going to keep happening, Sicklet.
Hired to make 2 songs for another cyberpunk anime. Armitage Free Dual Matrix. Okay, we've got a little addendum here, so I've got to pause for a moment. So these tracks are not actually featured on the movie for whatever reason. They ended up only on the CD, although there is a smaller oddity instead I'll give you. So the original theme for the first OVA is called Phantom World. In the English version of the OVA, it was actually released with an English cover by a different artist, though they were still a Japanese woman. But in the sequel, Holly Matrix, the theme is now covered by a British singer, Maureen Davis. So is this just like a cyberpunk
Crazy.
thing? Well, maybe it's more likely there because it is technically a Western genre originally, and because of that, there might be a vibe associated with it, which means that English voices just seem right for those kind of openings. But generally, it's actually someone like in the production committee who will make the decision of what's going to be in the opening and ending. It might be a tie-in for one of the other members of the production company if they're a music studio and they've got something to cross-promote. But all
You listening, Chad? That's how it works or something. Production committees choose the OP and ED. I got Lane on Blu-ray and now my GF is mad at me because I want to instead watch it on a TV on DVD now. Well, I have a great Lane torrent and it looks pretty good on my my silly computer, but it is true it's supposed to look staticky in the opening and do meta things where it looks like Lane's coming out of your TV, which doesn't really work if you don't got a CRT TV. So, Sicklet, you might be right. But don't watch anime with your girlfriend, that's lame.
also,
Watch rom-coms.
it can be the creators, if that be the director or the producer at the studio, or specific interest in
Oh
the
my
original
god, it can be anybody.
creators that might get you, you know, a different artist than you might expect. After all, Japan is the second biggest music market in the world, and it's not unusual for people
That's crazy. Why? Record industry revenue by country, US millions. Recording industry, so like people make the most money making music in these countries. Interesting. What other countries speak German besides Germany? I think we underestimate Germany. Doesn't Germany have nukes too? Or is that France? Might be dumb France over here. But Germany's like the biggest market in the EU and shit. That's why they got that Russia pipeline or whatever. So, we just think about Germany, some shit heap country nobody gives a fuck about. Remember Hitler, Lamau? But apparently they're actually doing alright or something, chat. Now we got Sicklet over here being a little loser. Who cares? They can just get these. Oh my god, but all the best singers are British. Come on now. We got Pink Floyd, we got Lily Allen, we got Boa, we've got I'm sure a bunch of others.
in Japan to listen to music from all over, and even take influence from it if we're talking. And it's not unusual for people in Japan to listen to music from all over, and even take influence from it if we're talking about things like city pop. There is this old stereotype called big in Japan, where sometimes aging musicians or musicians that are a little bit more niche can find popularity in Japan, but maybe not.
True, like I want to say Court of the Crimson King, but it's King Crimson, right? They're always playing in Japan, and it's not just because JoJo used their stupid song, but they're like really popular
in other places, but they end up booming there. There's some really specific choices in that area. Say, for example, Nolans, who are an Irish band who had the first international Japanese #1 in the country, as well as sold almost 12 million plus albums, which is pretty staggering when you look at Japanese #1 in the country, as well as sold almost 12 million plus albums, which is pretty staggering.
Avril Lavigne. Because she looks like a little emo goth girl, and Japan's full of the Mushoku Tensei fans. Crazy. It's true, their boyish good looks appeal to the Mushoku Tensei fans. Tensei fans. Have you watched Ravenous yet, Carl? No. Sony. Alita does make a good point. But is Sony Records based out of Japan? It is crazy when you think Sony is a Japanese brand, when they make Spider-Man movies and the PlayStation. These have to be Western things, but they're not. British people haven't done any music in like 20 years. One Direction is still British, right? And Harry Styles has some of the biggest songs of all time, so I don't think that's true. Who else we got? I don't know, I'm sure there's others. Adele, Ed Sheeran. Oh, yeah. True, Ed Sheeran, like literally maybe the biggest musical artist of all time. Was Alita RE? Did you see This Is England? He's going to watch it before the end of the month, just like all the things I want him to watch. Spider-Man is Western. It's done entirely by the Western branch. Well, the production probably is.
When you look at it in comparison to other artists in Japan. And I'm reminded that when I was growing up, one of my friends told me that his dad, who was in a punk band, actually had a similar event happen to them where they had some international fame in places like Japan and otherwise. And they were planning to go on a big tour because of it. But unfortunately, during that era of time, they were all beyond middle age and had families, 3 kids and stuff. So it didn't quite work out like it maybe they would have hoped it would have. But still, fun to think about. But when we're talking about taking advantage of that audience buzz and doing cross-promotion, you might see the returning Franz Ferdinand with their hit in 2005 or their second LP, Well, Do You Really Want To?
I didn't know what to expect.
There's so
from
many
you, dear.
advertisements.
A lot of bones in the dirt.
I still don't think I know this song.
That track was used at the ending of Paradise Kiss, and guess who's on those key animations here? It's Imaishi himself, the director of Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Maybe that's where he got an interest in the band. Well, I think it's important to mention that when it comes to the music of the opening and the endings for Cyberpunk Edge Runners, that was actually chosen by CD Projekt Red, not Trigger. Although, you know, it's possible they were also fans. What I do know
I didn't even realize Edge Runners was made by Trigger.
here is that Imaishi has captured the essence of the band. Their ethos was to make pop music that make girls dance. So there you go. Alright, speaking of more cyberpunk, we have
Epic.
Ergo Proxy from
If
director
I made music, that's what I would want to do.
Morrissey, who brought unconventional music that make girls dance. So there you go. Alright, speaking of more cyberpunk, we have Ergo Proxy from director Morrissey, who brought unconventional musicians into his directorial projects. During those peak anime years, they were looking for the sad boy, depressed anthem to go with their cyberpunk dark show. Radiohead's Paranoid Android. And yes, I
Wait,
am
there's
definitely
no shot, right?
the target demographic for this band. It came from their album, OK Computer, which is still their best-selling album to this day at about 8 million copies. But Mangrove is not exactly the biggest studio in the world, so would they be able
That's an insanely few amount of copies, right? Like, that's like One Piece sells more volumes in a year than that, right? And like, The Last of Us Part 2 sold more than that in like a week. I guess most people they don't buy albums, right? They would just listen to it on the radio.
to woo Radiohead onto this album? Luckily, it seems someone in the band was receptive to their PV, which got them the green light to use it in the ending. If I had to guess, maybe that would be Radiohead's guitarist, Johnny Greenwood, who is the resident anime fan, as you can see by his guitar. But you never know, it could have been Tom York, maybe he just really liked the moody vibe.
No shot. It's the song, chat.
But even if right now in 2006 we're in the DVD boom and everything's
That's crazy. I didn't even realize. I didn't even listen to see what anime that was. That's insane, chat. Insanity. That outdoes the Oasis one. That's a much more song. Fun fact: the anime studio wanted to put wanted to. It's not an Ergo Proxy, is it? Everybody, hold on for a second. Ergo Proxy ED. Oh my god! I know what Ergo Proxy is. Speaking of music, the great joke is here, and he became a musical, and he fell off. Now, Ergo Proxy's the one by Perfect Blue Guy, right? By Satoshi Kon? No, it doesn't look like it. Is this the one with Hirasawa music? Or is that... No, that's Paranoia Agent, right? Crazy, chat. Crazy. Soundtrack's composition by this... So why do I know Ergo Proxy? Is it just because it's edgy and Digibro talked about it? Probably, huh? Australia. We love Australia. This is crazy, chat. Look, it's just going. Whoa! Is there lyrics or is it just the instrumental? Hey, Tom York singing, chat. It's an anime. This is the craziest moment of my life. Look at this crazy shit. Damn you, Netflix. They did it again. Oh no, Netflix got Ergo Proxy and cut the ED because they didn't want to pay for it. Epic, just like the great Neon Genesis Evangelion. Man, I discovered Radiohead in my middle school years thanks to these anime. This is the craziest moment of everybody's life, chat. Anyway. Ciclet's got a lot of chats that I'm missing. Imagine Kyle ever watch any of my recommendations. Then why do you recommend such boring bullshit, Ciclet? This guy looks woke. Pam and Jim just got together. Have you ever watched The Office? I don't know what either of those things are or whether or not it's related. I do know what The Office is. I haven't seen it, though. You know, like 20 countries have their own Office adaptations, not the US and the UK. There was something about an Australian something I saw recently. Japan should do one. It would really fit into their work culture. I don't think that would be good. I swear the manga industry is bigger than the music industry or something. Carl, do you remember HD DVDs? I only know that HD DVDs are a thing because I probably knew what they were, but also it's because the Xbox 360 chose to do a HD 3D player, and the PS3 had a Blu-ray player, and that's how you would own the shitty Xbox kids at school. Manga industry, 50 billion a year. Music industry, 80 billion per year. But you change it from dollars and then euros or pounds or whatever. The fact that that's even comparable is insane. Maybe we really do have to pay those musical artists, you know? They're cutting out of money. Fucking these loser manga kids can't be making more than the great musical artists. Let's not... Come on now. I set OBS up on my Mac. Now that's epic, Alita. Are you ready to call in? Or are you ready to stream this evening? On a laptop, this would be crazy. He doesn't have good enough internet at the moment, chat. Wait, you don't actually know what The Office is? Shit, I meant dollars. The second time? Okay. Yes, I know what The Office is. I just haven't seen it. But anyway, this is crazy. Today I learned that Radiohead exists in a thingy. Did I close the video? Oh no, here it is. I thought this was still the ED I had up.
It's going well. What about the future? But even if right now in 2006 we're in the DVD boom and everything's going well, what about the future? Is there going to be issues by having these sort of popular tracks within your anime?
Oh my god, he's about to talk about how they cut it out.
Preservation can be hard for companies if they can't work out deals for re-releases.
There are 46 episodes in Ergo Proxy. This is crazy. So just remember, chat, if we ever want to watch Ergo Proxy, we got to torrent it. Otherwise, we're going to get the great ED cut out.
When Ergo Proxy ended up on streaming, Paranoid Android was removed. Now, there is a question of, though, what about physical media? Well, I have heard that, at least on the Blu-ray, it has been retained. So, thank God there, right? But is that always going to be the case? I know there are definitely issues with other projects. Say, for example, Evangelion...
It's not on the Blu-rays, I don't think.
I know
just on my great torrents that I have.
there are definitely issues with other projects. Say, for example, Evangelion never really paid for its international rights for the song.
Whoopsies. Ooh. Sorry about that. Filing for bankruptcy. Can't sue us.
Fly Me to the Moon, which means that it will basically never, ever end up on another international release of the project. Well, there's always the alternative, which might be getting in a famous musician, but to actually make a song specifically for the project. You know, you can make an agreement on that one there. Cue David Sylvian, who was the head of the band Japan for the longest time, but he also did some work with Ryuichi Sakamoto on the soundtrack for Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. Specifically on the song Food and Colours. That's a real bop. I did wonder how someone as
That's not anime.
reclusive as David ended up on the ending theme of the anime Monster. It seems he
Really? I like this song. I didn't know it was from this guy.
has quite the particular answer on his website. But I was attracted to Monster's material by the moral dilemma faced by the central
True,
character.
we love Monster
The calm
here.
surface
Sicklet,
of
you love Monster?
music is giving way to a dark undercurrent, signifying the consciousness of the lead protagonist, and the themes of morality,
What the-
fate,
What the fuck is this stupid song called again? I'm looking it up on YouTube Music, chat. Because when I used to try and download it, it was shitty and the volume was no good. It's not Wonderful Life, you idiot. What is it called? For the
answer
life,
on
that's right.
free will. So I guess, yeah, he seems to know the source material more than most of the artists on this list. He is quite the eclectic talent, and his solo career shines brighter than what is seen. I really think most people should check out more of his work. Honestly, really fantastic. Okay, so I got another addendum.
I don't think it's actually on YouTube Music. This is crazy. Crazy sad. It's just a shitty YouTube video version.
For you. Monster actually had two sets of licensing issues recently, one with streaming websites, and then also with the German Blu-ray. None of these have the sung version of this theme. They only have the ending instrumental. So I guess, this isn't actually the ideal path after all. But we're not done with Madhouse yet. They've also worked with the opposite side of the spectrum, with people who are the small independent artists looking to get their work to a wider audience, if we talk about something like Gunslinger Girls. This was the Dalgottos, whose fourth album was on Mantra Recordings, which was a subsidiary of Beggars Banquet Records, who were responsible for their international distribution, and likely were the reason the track ended up on the show entirely. It doesn't seem like the band themselves are that familiar with the source material, calling it some kind of manga thing when asked about it. I think shortly after that album came out, the band did break up, so I guess it didn't do them any massive favours. But I think they're back together again, so that's nice.
Oh my god, Techno Lies?
There's anything you want, anything at all.
Okay, I swear we'll stop talking about Cyberpunk soon enough, but Technolize has a Juno Reactor on its soundtrack opening. They're probably most well known for their work composing the Matrix soundtrack, especially on the later entries, but they also worked on the Animatrix, which again, Madhouse had worked on, so it seems there was a connection point between those two that ended up getting Technolize that Juno Reactor opening, which I guess, you know, if you're looking for something for your Cyberpunk show, you can't go wrong with something that actually connects to the Matrix. Although I could never find anything about the band actually talking about their experience working on that project and specifically. It's actually quite rare to see a band give more of a reflection in terms of why they went for it, how it happened, but also how they felt about it in the long term. But this time with Mushishi...
Mushishi's got one too? Hold on, I just realized I didn't really get up about catch up on chat. It's good, it's actually a drama. That is US version better because it doesn't have Ricky Gervais on it. We love Ricky Gervais and his transphobia here. Somebody just deleted a message. I think it was Ciclet. I played the monster song in front of my friends once. Embarrassing time. Epic. Why doesn't anime look good anymore? No, question mark. Well, I thought I saw like a message disappear, so I don't know. Jamming out to anime music with your friends, Ciclet? Embarrassing.
It's a bit different. The composer, I believe, is called Ali. Another Scottish talent worked on the opening soundtrack. Ali made a Tumblr post about his experience not only getting on Mushishi, but also how he felt about it after so many years, the long-term sort of reflection on it. Starting with saying that it was someone in Japan on the animation side that told him a producer or director had his album and they liked the song and they thought it fitted the vibe and they sought it out.
Fitted?
It was as simple as that, I guess. He said yes. But when he was asked if it bothered him that the song had now become commonly known as the Mushishi song, he had this to say. It doesn't bother me at all. I love writing music and I want people to hear my songs. And using the songs in this way allowed people to discover my music. Anyone that likes the song can quickly and easily find out who wrote it and what the original title is. My hope is that if they enjoy the song, they'll go and check out any other of my 34 or so songs I've released. And of course, when it comes to copyright issues, as well as the long-termness of the channel, really the best way of supporting will be Patreon.
Get over on Patreon,
and I'm going to thank
chat.
my patrons right now. That'd be Lenny, Tim J. Richards, Stratogin, Stratos, Chunks, Jay, Foxmolder, OT, Paul, Seems
Should I start saying the names, chat?
Systematic,
Jockey Bacon,
Karen,
Iron Aggro,
Nick, Doji,
I'm forgetting the other one.
Peter, Agor, Vic, DTB, and newcomer Van Sam. Also,
Who's the
thank
other
you so
one?
much, Lenny, for the footage from the Monster Blu-ray to show that
You'd
licensing
probably like
kerfuffle.
Ricky.
Anyway, let's get back to it all. Love you all.
What have I seen of Ricky Gervais before? Serial Experiments Lane is back. Who cares about Ricky Gervais?
The songs we've looked at are fairly contemporary from when they released, or they're from people who are kind of like workmen or people who are quite still in the field. What about if you want something that's maybe, I don't know, 20 years old or something? Well, that's when we get to talk about Speed Grafter. Look at this one. Girls on Film. What a great song that is. You know, I'd actually like to listen to it right now. Give me a sec. Take this out and...
I don't know the song yet, chat. Maybe when I hear it. Oh my god, he's putting in his PS1. This is epic. I have a PS1. Sickler has a PS1. His is retarded, though. Mine looks exactly like that. I don't know it yet, chat.
How is this possible?
It's starting to get vaguely familiar.
Physical media, you fucked me over. Fuck, man. It's the only reason I bought this shit.
Oh, it must not have been the song. It's a comedy bit, chat. I like it.
Like I'm being lied to. Well, I guess even physical media can't save you in the end. Well, what if you were to take, I don't know, the Stranglers punk band and you took the bassist from there and you then made them the composer on the soundtrack, because then you can't get rid of them, as well as doing the opening and ending, well, then you'd exactly have what happened with the situation of Gonzo's adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo. Gonzo themselves had kind of an interest in internationalism, as they sent their anime all over the world for a satellite deal. And that
I
was
don't know
until
what
they
any of
got
this is.
bankrupt a couple years later at the market crash. That's when all the DVDs also went bust. That all seemed to align specifically as things were kind of mellowing out in the late 2000s with the release of East of Eden, which itself had a cross-promotion with...
I mentioned that earlier, Chad. I'm so smart. I know everything about anime.
The release of... That's when all the DVDs also went bust. That all seemed to align specifically as things were kind of mellowing out in the late 2000s with the release of East of Eden, which itself had a cross-promotion with Oasis's final and last album for possibly forever, kind of making
Oh my
it
god,
almost
Oasis just got back together, chat. Oh my god,
final
outdated video.
and last album for possibly forever, kind of making it almost both a dying band and a dying breed.
God, I'm a good singer.
But I guess the avenue for this sort of stuff didn't die that long, because by 2010 we can start to see there's a bit more money coming into anime movies. And while they're not as interested in this field, there are some interesting oddities. Like in 2010, the Space Show got Susan Boyle to do the theme. And as the 2010s went on, you can only see those numbers go up. You do start to see some funny things like, I don't know, very specific pop rock from Canada being in One Piece. But really we need to go to 2016 as a real pivotal point in that movie scene, as the year that Your Name really blew.
Your name, soy. Your name, soy. Which one of the chatters likes Your Name? Is it Heath? I'm pretty sure it's Heath. You're an embarrassment. Now, I've never actually seen this movie. Favorite Monster flavor? I don't like Monster. I don't know if I've ever had a Monster. I don't think I have. I've had alcoholic Red Bulls. I've had Vs. I had a few of those in New Zealand. I liked the blue V. Trying to think if I ever had a Monster. I don't think so. I avoid energy drinks. They don't work on me anyway. Caffeine just makes me tired, frankly. Kill Yourself, classic Heath. I knew it was Heath. You love Your Name, pussy. Blur or Oasis. Now, I don't think I know any Blur, but I know plenty of Oasis, so I'm choosing Oasis. What's your core aesthetic? My core aesthetic? In what? I don't know. Core aesthetic. I like so much different types of music. I'm just so eclectic. You can't put me in a box there. I love Naughty Dog. That's my core aesthetic. Photorealism video games. Or is it sexy 90s anime? Haha, but have I actually seen too many 90s animes? Not really. So then we go to Crash Bandicoot. That's a core aesthetic right there. Pokemon has many different core aesthetics. You can't put that into a box. So I don't know. I don't buy my own clothes and I just wear whatever. So you can't go there. I have long hair, but it's not really as a statement. It's just because it's better than doing anything else. And sometimes people like it. Now, so I'm just such an individualist, I guess, that I just don't express myself visually because that's pathetic and vain. And I'm cooler than you all. Now, what else is there? My room, they let me choose the color for it when I was like 13, so it's like blue, but it's a little darker than I would want. So my core aesthetic is blue, maybe. Then, for like wallpapers, I just have Evangelion stuff like on my phone, or it's a rotating cast of images, so that doesn't really pin me down anywhere. So this is an impossible question to answer, Ciclet. I used to imagine songs I like as anime OPs. We all do, or imagine them as wrestling walkout themes, of course. Then you have ADHD, core. I don't know what Ciclet's talking about right now. I bet you didn't even watch my Let's Play. I didn't, and guess what? Even though I said I was going to, I didn't even watch your stream. You like rugby? Now that would be rugby league. Now, I don't know if that's a core aesthetic, but if it could be, it would be. like an average Easterner. True. He's talking about East Australians, chat. The only ones that matter. Got to start browsing the aesthetics wiki. You like 90s anime's aesthetic. But, Alito, isn't the 80s anime aesthetic just so much cooler? And even that's, like, Shabes sold me on the 70s one, so, you know. And we love the 60s, no, that's Devilman 70s. So we love the 70s manga aesthetic. That's truly epic. So I don't know, chat. I don't know. You're ADHD if you get tired from caffeine, I think. Well, I think so. I also can't remember things if I'm not thinking about them constantly. You know what I'm like in discussions. And I also can't focus on anything for more than like 40 minutes. You know, I've never typed in a script for more than like 40 minutes or so. I lose train of thoughts. I go on tangents. I can't do eye contact. So I think so. Is Lane cell animated? It doesn't look like it. It looks digital and fully coolly. I have no idea. It's probably hand-painted and then digitally composited. Now, I'm pretending I know what those things mean because I watched a Stevem video like 2 hours ago talking about it that seemed to say that a lot of 90s anime towards the end were digitally composited, even if they were hand-drawn, they scanned them in. That's probably what they did with the Great Serial Experiments Lane in 1997, right? When did Serial Experiments Lane come out? Yeah. 1998.
Everyone away in terms of the amount of money it was making. But the same year, another film came out called A Silent Voice. And it was a big deal for KyoAni. It might be the biggest film they'd ever released in terms of the money and the soundtrack and the effort that went in there. But it sounds like the producers left them to it and they were able to sort of set out what they wanted to do musically next to the storyboards together all at once, which led to almost a British invasion of The Who.
The Who? My generation?
Very unorthodox choice for this opening montage.
What a weird song to choose.
Though I never really got the impression that movies were as interested as perhaps TV shows were, just because there's the sort of repetition aspect of it. And when it came to the streaming era, a new avenue opened up quite surprisingly. And there was a really specific franchise that took the most advantage of that.
Here we go. Everybody ready to jerk off their lame addiction that they think is so cool, that is a lot of people's core aesthetics? Because here we fucking go.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Boo! JoJo sucks. JoJo sucks.
A series
I was looking at chat like I had things to read, but I didn't.
Was really popular in Japan, but didn't quite pick up in the English-speaking countries until this adaptation. There was one specific thing that they had decided on musically before anything else, and that would be
just play the fucking song
theme. And to me, it was actually quite a surprise when I heard it because I myself were quite the Yes fan. It was Roundabout from the album Fragile. I used to listen to this stuff when I was running around when I was younger, doing a bit of a jog, you know, because these songs, they're like a journey. They're very expanding and moving.
Alita with the contrarian take in chat. JoJo's doesn't suck. Wasn't it so epic that I knew exactly where he was going? God, I'm so smart and I know everything about anime. Always finally killed pop music and films for me. Everyone nowadays is just shoving cool sounding pop songs in films and want to be Martin Scorsese's. But it's so epic. Remember when they used that Madonna song in the great Wolverine and Deadpool movie I haven't seen, but that trailer was epic. And remember when Bohemian Rhapsody was used in the Suicide Squad one? That was pretty cool. And then we've got obviously the great Guardians of the Galaxy. And now everyone just has a super cool, scary rendition of an old pop song. And it's just the greatest thing ever. And we all love our lives now. Finally, we have meanings. Not Bad Boys, I meant War Dogs. Have you seen Lost Boys? I've seen none of these things, Ciclet.
Features, which made me think, well, doing that with a song like this is going to be quite difficult for the anime because it doesn't have that, like, start point. There's usually a big...
True. Whenever you try to, like, imagine songs as entrance music for wrestling or anime OPs, there's got to be a certain structure. You got to have a strong start where it's like it's got to be a loud noise if you're going to do a run-in wrestling, and it's just got to hit certain beats. It can't take too long to fire up. Sometimes it takes too long to fire up. You know, you just got to. It's just some things you got to figure out.
Building element to it. So in the end, they started to use it in almost thematical ways, where the soundtrack would bleed into the anime and create a sort of build up to that to be continued, which in itself became a god-awful massive meme in the anime culture, to the point that David themselves started referencing it in their own previews for new series. alongside it having 1,001 other references in other places.
Hey, you want to end the show with a to be continued meme? I don't even know what that...
Oh my god.
But you can certainly see that there was an expression of a new generation being...
Family Guy did the JoJo's thing. This is embarrassing. Now, JoJo's isn't cool. You're not going to make me think it's cool. Utena music, no diffs.
Introduced to this English prog rock like never before.
What does that have to do with anything? No British bands in Utena, not that I know of. Oh my god, we now we have to download the VOD from Twitch because we truly run out of space, chat. Did you see that just now? Hold on, I gotta go into my thingies here. Now we're still getting audio while the tree thingies. We have truly, well and truly run out of space here. Now we can probably get rid of these VODs, don't you think? Yep. We've probably uploaded all of those, I think. And get rid of this. Get rid of this. There's probably some already in the recycling bin that I can empty. So everybody remind me, I got to download the VOD from Twitch. Hopefully you can still do that. So it's going to look a little worse. You know, it's just hard being a streamer. Look, now I have 11 gigabytes free. I'm a gigabit. It's one of those classic jokes I tell. Now, did you hear I killed Studio Taki? You did Cyclet and Eclipse. You're just the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Because we're talking about music. Couldn't handle how I trounced them. Who was I saying trounced things? Do I know what the scene is? I don't, just from the title. Very observant, the sacred, and the propane. The sacred and the propane. Is it supposed to be, like, profane, and he misspeaks? That could be something. Oh my god, it's a Phil. Oh, he cried at his daughter's wedding. This is embarrassing. What was I trounced for recently? I'll never remember. That's another ADHD thing? Can't remember.
Hey, Danny.
Larry and I hung out at the set. I don't know if you know this, but the actors, they don't make up what they say.
No, it's true. Even De Niro, the girl told me.
The script girl.
Lorenzo Barisi.
Hey, how you doing, my friend? You getting enough?
Lorenzo is in the fucking 6th season. He makes it the whole way. Look, Carlo here, crazy. These characters. This is the movie premiere, not the wedding.
See? Brian Raleigh, U.S. Marshals Service. Terms of your bail confine you to your home, sir.
Say hello to Danny? Yeah.
Larry! Call a fucking lawyer!
Excuse us.
Leave him alone,
Jesus Christ. It's Danny's manager. I better go talk to him.
How much more of this scene am I supposed to watch?
There he is.
Oh, it is going to be Phil speaking.
So is Florida.
Hot and sticky.
Like my balls.
My balls. I spoke to Ginny. She's a wreck. John's in the cancer ward. She's down the road.
Oh, this is way past this. He's already dying.
Some fucking motel.
Poor prick. Prison's not bad enough. Fucking lung cancer to boot.
Tell me about it. Quintuple bypass. Then the infection. 7 months of physical therapy. Just now starting to get back to myself again.
Sausage, cioppino, anything spicy, put me back in the emergency room. I'm not careful.
They're both old and sick, chat. That was the joke, Kyle. It's done. No, we're watching the whole thing. What was the joke? I maybe watch the whole thing. The actors, they don't make up what they say. Oh, okay. Now I get it. I guess you should have rewound it a few more seconds. But yes, the girl was astounded that the actors don't write the script. It's funny. Now, Lead RE is linking something. Now, we're finishing the Stevem video, and we're supposed to be watching this PlayStation video. But these freaks are linking scenes. No. Hold on, we're talking about balls here in Utena, I guess.
Oh, we're lucky fucks. I tell myself that every day. So now you're back. How about you straighten that family out?
Not for me, Anthony. Obviously, health-wise, being a boss is a young man's game.
Between the joint fitters and the carpenters, those envelopes are light over 10% each week.
I feel it too.
Well, word on the street is Jerry's a favorite to take over.
He's my protege. I don't stand in his way.
Oh, there's your ringing endorsement. Hey, Tony. Doc.
So Phil was going to give it up because he got in the hospital. I vaguely remember.
Nanami, you've got to be careful. I don't want my ball to get scratched up.
Ball?
That's right, my ball.
Is this a funny edit or
Your
something,
ball?
Alita?
That's right, my ball.
The egg.
Want to hold it?
I don't like funny edits about balls. From Nami's egg, from maybe this is a real thing. You know, the Utna dub, terrible, doesn't even lip sync. Just a clip from the episode. Well, Leonore, just like you do to all my videos, I closed it after watching 2 seconds.
In a way that it would have been very unlikely to happen. But you can certainly see that there was an expression of a new generation being introduced to this English prog rock like never before, in a way that it would have been very unlikely.
Oh my god, who's here for JoJo's? And then there's going to be a whole counter-jerk wave of, like this comment if you hate anime and you just like this song and don't know where all these losers are coming from.
Otherwise, if you've ever
I like that one every time, chat.
Looked at the Yes comment section now, it is basically ruined. Well, why specifically Yes, though? Well, the author has a passion for music that is international. That's certainly clear from the work of JoJo. But he also left a note with his editor about the kind of music he was listening to during the making of each part of JoJo. And Roundabout just happened to be chosen for Phantom Blood. The sound director was also pretty happy with his choice, as he was a fan of Yes himself and definitely worked hard to incorporate it in ways that are just right. As the JoJo parts kept coming in, we started to see more and more ending themes, but most of them actually weren't from English bands, but they were all international at the very least. Until we get to part 6, which is where Duffy comes in with their ending. Now, part 6 also is very unique in that it happens to take, let's say, the whole story in a roundabout, wink, as the final episode
That's some
brings
sort
back
of epic tease?
a roundabout, which was quite surprised that they do it just for one episode because of the licensing cost. But that might be because they have extra money coming in from Netflix. Yes, JoJo was a pretty big deal on streaming services like Crunchyroll, even got itself international play in things like Adult Swim. But when it came to part 6, Netflix bought up the rights exclusively, and now you can only watch it on their service.
True, and Miller the Killer was very, very angry.
To some controversies in terms of how they were releasing it, but I don't think anyone's going to be complaining about them bringing back such an iconic song for the final fitting finale of those 6 parts. Which really shows that you can use these musical cues for more than strictly just oh, I know that song. This was actually really playing into the world of JoJo in a way which many other outros and intros didn't quite take advantage of, which is probably what makes it so special and maybe why it appealed to so many fans. But you know, Netflix didn't really stop there. Their investment into anime led to a lot of extra money being thrown into their O&As, and that's when we get all the way back to the start with Cyberpunk Edgerunners and albums. But yeah, it's not the first, it's not the last, and Netflix has just kept doing this and doing this and doing this, and there are sure many examples, even to the point of like The Great Pretenders, which is literally named after the song which is in the ending.
Oh yes, I'm the great pretender.
I'm really sure when the new season comes out in about a month's time, they'll have some other Freddie Mercury song in the ending, if not the same one again. You can't stop them until, well, the bubble burst, I guess. The streaming revolution here has only taken advantage of the international audience's intrigue or interest in the Japanese creators to be able to do stuff which before might have been a little bit more difficult. I mean, I think one of the most interesting examples, which technically isn't English, but still worth bringing up, would be Scott Pilgrim, which has pretty much a mixtape of tracks from Canadian and American bands within the show, during moments, but also has a different theme for every episode in terms of its ending.
Chainsaw Man just copied the Scott Pilgrim anime.
And I haven't seen such a selection of tracks since, I don't know, Jewel Pets, which did occasionally have some things like the Beatles in the background for a couple of shots here and there, and other kind of parodies of musical sections, which really you could only get through the power of being Sanrio. So no, there is no grand conspiracy, there is no British people brainwashing Japanese people into forcing them to use their album tracks for some reason. It's just random people in these productions who are probably pretty passionate about specific types of bands and music that happen to be from places that aren't Japan. Oh yeah, and I guess there's some money involved too in terms of like these production companies, but you know, mainly about the passion. Mainly let's focus on the passion for now.
True.
That feels better.
I
That
should
feels
make
nicer
something
as an
good.
ending. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go listen to my pirated
Is he gonna do the JoJo thing?
superior copy of Speedgrapher to hear the true opening of the show Girls on Film. I'll catch you next time.
He didn't do it. He's just such a mature young man, you know. Unless, hold on, there's 4 seconds left. Nope, he's not doing it. He's not doing it, chat. I knew it. Now, why do you have 5 seconds of dead air at the end? Who knows? Another great Stevem video. We love the great Stevem here. There's still no video of the year contenders. No. Why did it take me down to the 100,000th one? That's not where I wanted to be. I gotta catch up in chat, and it looks like I'm not recording because, you know, that first battery warning happened a little while ago. You probably wouldn't understand Utna. I'll get back to Cichlids clips in a second. Anime is mainstream now, Kyle. Everyone likes it. True, it is disgusting. Not me, who got into it in 2015 before it was popular. You're an embarrassing little child. Ciclip for 2015 to be you're bragging about. Just watch this 1-minute clip. What was the point? What was the point in the video then, Stevem? It was just going through the British bands thing. Except my video. What is he talking about? From members only, Elite RE's weekly update. Should I read it out on stream and spoil and leak it? Leak his great Patreon reward. Hold on, I will in a second. What was I doing? No, I got to look up these stupid fucking clips Cichlids always been sending. Well, that wasn't much of an update, Elite RE. Embarrassing. Now, this one.
You better put on
Oh, we got another Joker ad. Drake. Oh, I read that as Drake versus Cyberman. That's not what it's. That's not what it says. Maybe you forgot that was 10 years ago. What the hell is he talking about? Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh no, it's a Doctor Who clip. We're not watching this. This is interesting.
The worst debate in the anime community is the Griffith did nothing wrong debate.
True.
Now, I've heard people argue for the side that Griffith did nothing wrong, and this is generally their take. So first of all, what did Griffith do, and did he do something wrong? Let's talk about it. So Griffith was a mercenary, and he was the leader of
rape.
The band of the Hawk. This include characters like Guts and many others, Casca of course. Griffith possessed a Crimson Bailet, which is a rare kind of Bailet. And what the Bailet does is basically you have to sacrifice something you care about in order to gain something, right? So like power. However, the Crimson Bailet being one of the rare Bailets actually makes you even stronger. It makes you a part of the God Hand, like some of the strongest creatures in all of Berserk. And Griffith basically sacrifices his whole crew, his band of the Hawk. And he does something extremely wrong to Casca in front of Guts, just for the sake of it. And I can't even mention how bad it is because of TikTok rules. Eventually Griffith gains his power and he forms his own
You're not allowed to talk about rape on TikTok?
kingdom known as Falconia, which is like extremely prosperous and whatnot. And the argument goes like this: because this land is so prosperous and it does so much good for so many people, they take a utilitarian approach here. They say because of all the good that it does, it outweighs the bad.
Oh, the great Kyle Entertainment argument.
Now, I have a couple of problems with this. Number one, we don't know whether Falconia is truly the prosperous nation it seems to be, right? It appears to be
true.
Like this beautiful nation, whatever. But there seems to be something amiss with this city. Okay, first of all, forget that though. Let's just say it is, for the sake of argument, it is the perfect city that we've all wanted, right? This is where everybody wants to live. People are living long lives here. They're living
Great hypothetical. Fuck you, 60 seconds. Fuck Doctor Who. I will not tolerate it on this stream. Kyle would be the type of guy to want to be Cyberman. Yes, I'll be a little green creature. I talk about rape on TikTok, true. TikTokers are the funniest self-censors. Straw what clips are channel.
living good lives, and Griffith is the reason for this, right? Does that in turn justify the actions Griffith took during the eclipse when he sacrificed?
The path to hell is paved with good intentions. Wrong is wrong, right is right. There is no justification for these two to exist or coexist. Also, he is said to be the will of evil himself, so how are you going to argue evil is good? Now that's a crazy point. I saw Immanuel Kant. I have been summoned. Now this is crazy. Hey, if you can set up a Discord VC debate. Yes, more debates.
His entire band of the Hawk, right? And did what he did to Casca. I would say no. I would still argue no. We have to look at this through a Kantian perspective as well, right? We cannot just look at it through a utilitarian approach. According to
we must. Through a Kantian perspective.
It is within Griffith's duty to take care of his band of the Hawk, right? And not treat them as a means to an end. they should be treated as an end in themselves. They shouldn't be treated as a means. That's what Khan would say. And once again, Griffith isn't someone you would want to lead you, right? Like, if I was in the Berserk world, and even though I could choose to live in Falconia, I probably wouldn't because I would lack trust. And trust is something you require in a political leader, right? This is something that Confucius has mentioned. Confucius, a very popular Chinese philosopher, mentioned that basically...
You love Confucius.
The government requires trust, because without trust, they basically are nothing. And if I can't trust my political leader, Griffith, right? Because I can't trust him after the actions he's taken, then the entire reputation of Falconia is diminished. There is no reputation. I would never want to live in Falconia because of my lack of trust towards Griffith, because of the actions he took previously to get to where he is today. I could honestly make this a 20-minute video and dissect everything on this, because like it is an interesting argument, right? It's not as like shallow as people think it is. There is something to it, but you know what? I might do that. I might make like a full video, hire an editor, and go crazy with it. But we'll see. If you want more anime content, manga content like this, follow, subscribe. And let me know
I might make a video
and
and hire an editor. We'll just see. Oh my god, my great stream auto-played. The one from the other day. God, we've just been streaming so much, chat. We're just streamers around here. That's only because I'm in a video-watching mood. Kyle, you're spoiling yourself. With what? You guys are triggering me. Please use the word grape instead. Okay, Heath. But Sun Tzu said a guy has to be cunning, and Nietzsche said you need master morality. True, we can just say what other people said, and that's just our thing. I want to watch the first little bit of this PlayStation thing, because I just know his voice is going to be annoying, and he's going to be very hyperbolic immediately, and then we don't have to watch the video.
Welcome to PlayStation 5. At PlayStation, we believe in generational transitions, and we put years of work into making them happen.
We love the great PlayStation 5.
To enjoy the unique benefits of moving from one generation to the next.
I have one. I have one! There's no games! There's no games on it! It's a Netflix box, there's nothing!
If you've been around the gaming social media landscape for the last month, you may
Hey, he's got an annoying voice.
have been noticing a very alarming pattern going on with many AAA game studios as of late. That pattern being that they are struggling, big time. From employees being laid off, to game releases failing to meet sales expectations, to even said game releases simply failing to be, you know, actual good video games. Basically, besides for a couple of exceptions like Nintendo and Epic Games, pretty much nearly every massive AAA developer and publisher you can think of is going through rough financial problems right now.
We've got a Nintendo Glazer here. This is embarrassing. Now I'm looking at my phone. Oh, and we've got time. Anyway, he tried to conflate being good and making money, so that was already stupid. But we'll get back to this video next stream, chat, of course. We love the great video games. We love doing video... Oh, I didn't talk about all the other videos I watched either. I didn't talk about this one, or the Mother's Basement one, or the White Light one. We got to do all that next stream. Don't let me forget. While we're reacting to the great Ciclet Final Fantasy VIII video. And we're signal boosting him. Huh? Wait. What is my video ranked? Great, Ciclet. I already told you it was great. It was not Video of the Year contender. Small exception of Nintendo. My vid... yes, Ciclet. Fuck! I don't know what Ciclet could do, honestly, to make a Video of the Year contender. He's got the comedy. He's got the personal interest. I don't know. He just... What do you have to do to make it to that grand stage? It's a question I asked myself many times, but you laughed way more. It might have been the funniest Video of the Year. But also, there have been no Video of the Year contenders this year that weren't documentaries. Like the Last of Us 2 documentary. So, you could still be you still could be the Video of the Year. But who knows? I'd have to go back through it. I don't know. I don't know what it is, Sickly. You just got to get there somehow. You just got to make a speculative black holes video. I think I did give that one Video of the Year contender now. Isn't that just embarrassing? We're docking it. But anyway, this fucking laptop's going flat. So everybody, leave. Waste of lifespan. True. You didn't even make the video last year, right? True, I didn't. True. We made a secondary ENT video, I think. Epic. Yeah, because I put Stevem's video at #1. Epic. Anyway, shut up. We're going flat. We got to end stream.